And welcome to yet another edition of Nights Around the Fire. I'm David Tomsick, and of course, you know Sue Taylor. We have another show for you tonight that is going to be spectacular. It's on Bigfoot.
It is.
And before I get started, if you're coming in right now, smash that like button, or as Sue says,
squash that like button.
And consider subscribing to our channel. Again, thank you for all those new subscribers we have. We appreciate you. And I hope you enjoy our enjoyment of you enjoying us. How's that for words? Okay, Sue, Bigfoot, where are we at?
Well, we're doing it. We're jumping into Greene County tonight. This is technically part 1 of our Greene County series.
Part 1. We've talked a lot about this.
We have.
Actually, even before we went on air.
Yep.
So that's been a while. Because Greene County is right beneath us. We're in Washington County. And it has a lot of stories that are associated with it. Paranormal stories, people. And I think tonight we're going to start this off with one of our favorite topics, Bigfoot. And I see you have a friend you brought.
I do. He's hidden by the microphone, but yes, we've got a baby Sasquatch in the house tonight.
His mother allowed him to come out to for Miss Sue and Mr. David. So I think he's ready to hear about his family lineage.
He has never been to Greene County, but he's looking forward to going down and visiting his Aunt Michelle and Uncle Lee down in Greene County.
Fantastic.
So bring him down. All right, so we are working primarily tonight from a book called The Haunted Hills and Hollows by Rosemary Ellen Coley and Kevin Paul from Greene County. And this is a book written of local stories, cryptids, ghosts, all of the strange and bizarre that have come out of Greene County.
A lot.
Yes, and I'm also pulling from some personal knowledge. I've got a friend who lives down there, hello Lucille, who has contributed a story to this episode. So
I can tell you, I worked down there for a short time, and yeah, there's a lot of strange things, folks. And the man that wrote this book, I met him at a fair, very knowledgeable, and we're going to try to get him on this program and give some insight. But Bigfoot in Greene County. So where do we start?
So let's start at the beginning where we found Greene County. So Greene County was actually a part of us here in Washington County until February 1796, which I did not know.
I didn't either.
No. So it was divided into 2 counties at that time, and it was named for Revolutionary War General Nathaniel Greene.
That's okay. Greene with an E.
Yes.
At the end.
Yes, that is a big thing throughout this entire episode. It is Greene with an E.
Remember that when you're searching for it.
Yes. Greene County was primarily a farming community, and it would be a major wool producer for the state of Pennsylvania. Even today, as we sit here in 2026, it is a leading sheep producer in Pennsylvania.
Sheep?
Sheep. I didn't know that either.
I didn't either. I knew that farming obviously was big because it's mostly undeveloped land in Greene County.
So this will not surprise you, this next piece. Since 1986, its primary industry has been coal mining.
Now, I was about to mention that because that is true. Greene County is a big coal producer, or has been. And again, a lot of legends surrounding the coal industry down there as well. Okay, so we have a county that is rural. We've talked about this, has water sources, and has a very small population.
I've got some population numbers in here. As of 2020, it's got 35,954 people.
Well, that's went up over the last few years, but
it has, and it is straight down I-79 from where Dave and I are sitting right now, and it is bordered by West Virginia and the Monongahela River.
There you go. And West Virginia is no joke either when it comes to the paranormal.
Right. We'll get down there eventually, but we got a list
going right now. We're moving south,
now.
Folks.
Yeah.
We're moving south.
Yeah. So the county seat of Greene County is Waynesburg. And there are no other major cities in Greensburg, but there are a whole bunch of other unincorporated areas and small towns and townships and boroughs all through the area.
Right. I know the big thing in Waynesburg is Waynesburg University. Very good, very good university. I believe my daughter got her nursing degree there.
I got my MBA there.
Okay, so we know that it's quality, and we also know that that's pretty much it.
That is about it. They've got a big Rain Day festival.
They do.
That's in August, and it was that every year on that day it had rained. I don't think they have that kind of luck anymore, but they still have the festival.
Climate change. Climate change has destroyed Rain Day in Greene County.
Monsters.
Those monsters. How dare they? That's Boulder Dash.
Yes. So, because Greene County is such an older area, what we're going to talk about in future episodes is they go back as far as Native American times. There are Native American burial grounds there, and a long history of Native American settlements in Greene County.
Whoa. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I can dig it. Get
Yep.
it? I can dig it.
There's going to be a part of that we're going to talk about tonight, and that leads to some of the paranormal that is in Greene County. But tonight we're going to start out with the cryptids.
Okay. Who's first? Bigfoot?
Actually, no. I saved the best for last.
Dogman.
Nope. Mothman.
Mothman in Greene County? Wait a minute.
Yes.
Hold on. Wasn't Mothman in West Virginia?
He was at one point, but
He flew the coop?
he likes Greene County. Maybe he went to Waynesburg.
Now, is this... Okay. Is this the same Mothman from West Virginia, or is this a different Mothman?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay.
I mean, we could say it's the same one.
Okay.
Well, maybe it's a different one, just because of the time period. So let's go back. July 2009. So we're not going back too far. There was a man driving home at dusk in Wayne Township, Greene County, and it was raining, so he was going slowly. Some reports I've read said that it was a full-on thunderstorm. So torrential rain, lightning, all of the fun. Okay. So he sees on the side of the road what he thought was a blue heron.
And herons are large birds.
They are. So he goes even slower to avoid hitting it. Okay. That's when he realized it was a gray humanoid creature that was standing on a fence post. It was 6 to 7 feet tall, and it was very slender. Its skin was smooth and light, and it had its arms at its sides. Its head was tapered or slightly pointed like a helmet. The wings were folded behind it with the tips pointing towards the ground. The eyes were large, teardrop-shaped, and black. It had no ears, mouth, or nose. The man said it was right on the other side of his driver's window, and he was no more than 15 feet away from it, but it ignored his car.
Was this daylight?
No.
So in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Yes.
Okay, let me give him some leeway here. So he saw a pretty large-sized cryptid.
Yes. Some type of a cryptid.
In the form of a bird. He could tell that it was more bird-like.
Yes. Well, he doesn't describe the features of a bird. He doesn't talk about any feathers. He doesn't talk about a beak.
But he had wings.
It had wings, yes.
So some kind of creature with wings.
Yes. More like an insect. Almost like a moth, some might say.
Okay, I know where this is going. Okay, so Mothman Jr.
Yeah. Some form of Mothman.
Did it actually move at all? Did it get up to leave when he drove by?
Nope. He said it completely ignored his car, despite how close it came to it. And it's standing in this thunderstorm.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So,
yeah.
Is this the only sighting?
This is the only sighting that we have documented. Everything else comes out of Point Pleasant. But again, Point Pleasant is not that close, but Point Pleasant is in West Virginia.
Yeah, Point Pleasant's probably 200 miles.
It's about 4 hours from where we are, so maybe about 3.5 hours.
Okay. All right. So there's a good chance this was something unidentified.
Yes. So it was some type of cryptid, because cryptid, the definition is what? Like an unidentified creature that has not been named or something.
Right.
So it was some type of a cryptid.
Right. So did he describe it in Mothman verbiage? Because did he think it was a Mothman, or he was just describing something that everybody else said it sounds like Mothman?
I believe it was everyone else that said it sounds like the Mothman. I don't believe that this witness distinctly said, hey, that looks like the Mothman.
Okay, so he just said, hey, this is what it looked like. It was on the fence. Boom, he's gone. Everybody else jumped on board.
Looks like the Mothman. Yeah, looks like the Mothman.
He might have been resting on the way back to Point Pleasant.
He might have been. He might have some family in the area, or it might have been at a cryptid convention, something like that.
One never knows in Greene County.
No, in Greene County, if they're going to have a cryptid convention that is attended by only cryptids and not humans, it's going to be in Greene County.
Right. All right. Okay, that's interesting. Greene County legend there.
So that's one that we're going to start out with. Now let's talk about something that we have talked about on this channel, but we have not dug into.
Skinwalkers.
No, but they do have those in Greene County. I didn't write any stories of those this week, but they do have skinwalkers in Greene County. We can talk about skinwalkers in Greene County in the coming weeks.
Okay.
Okay? What we are going to talk about is Dogman.
The Dogman. Yes, that's a very interesting topic here. One has been sighted in Washington County.
Yes, Claysville.
Which, again, is not far.
No, and we talked about that in our Bigfoot in Western Pennsylvania video, which, if you are watching, and this is your first time at the channel, that is our second most popular video on this channel, so you're definitely going to want to check that out.
We'll put a link in the description box for that. Please check that out. You'll enjoy it.
Yes. Okay, so to clarify, dogmen are not werewolves.
Okay.
They are not humans that shift into wolves.
They're not lichens.
No. At least, well, so that's what the book said. But maybe there are. Maybe there are real werewolves out there. We don't know that every dogman is not a human that shifted.
Right. And, that's something we can investigate, because I was just told the other day by a friend of mine who said that he believes that lichens were described in the Bible.
Okay. Oh, well, Bigfoot's in the Bible, too.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you can take that for what it's worth. But my point here is, when we talk about paranormal, some people just roll their eyes around and there's no such thing as anything. But legends come from somewhere. And we will never know the whole truth, but we can tell you that when there's smoke, there's something that caused the smoke, and that's usually fire.
Mm-hmm.
So the Dogman.
Dogman. Okay. So what they are typically associated with is a cryptid who is usually associated around Bigfoot. Now, he is not always seen with Bigfoot, but he is regularly associated with Bigfoot or Sasquatch. They don't look the same. What it looks like is a mix of a human and a wolf. They usually have a muscular torso and arms that end in wolf paws. They have wolf heads and legs, and they can either run on all fours or they can run on two legs. When they are standing upright, they are 6 to 8 feet tall, and when they are on four legs, they are 4 to 5 feet tall. Okay? They are described to have Doberman-like ears, and they are believed to weigh about 400 to 500 pounds.
So that's a creature you don't mess with.
No. Okay, so document that Doberman characteristic for a second. Like, pin that, because we're going to go back to that in a little bit.
Consider it pinned.
Okay. Like Bigfoot, they are associated with terrible smells.
They don't bathe.
No. Nobody is taking these guys to the groomer.
That's a sad thing.
Yeah, terrible to see the dogmen being neglected like that. Now, not like Bigfoot, they are believed to be dangerous.
Okay, moment of truth here. So, in what way?
Okay, so they are thought to be very aggressive. Witnesses who have seen them believe that they are feeling as though they are in danger, and they believe that the creatures are very intelligent.
So, smart, angry cryptid.
Yes, and it is also up for debate whether or not they are real animals or whether or not they are spirits.
Oh.
Yeah.
In what way does that conversation even come up? Why?
Apparently, they disappear and reappear very quickly, and they can run much faster than a living creature.
This kind of goes along the lines of Indian folklore, where you have these are spirit animals. We just talked about the Wendigo and the Skinwalker, so to speak. Similar pattern. They disappear. They're quiet. They're dangerous. But so has anybody been attacked by these?
Not that we have documented, but you are going all of the right places with this. Your head is going in exactly the right places.
Okay, I'm all ears here.
So
Get it? All
going
ears.
back for one more comparison on the dangerous part, the book that we have referenced in the past, the 100 Bigfoot Night series,
Yeah.
they were the family in Arkansas that had a good many Bigfoot cryptid sightings that were lurking around their house, that were causing a real problem around their house. And they said that one of the cryptids they had around their house was the Dogman, and they felt the most in danger by the Dogman.
It was a sense they had. He didn't actually do anything to give him that.
They were
feeling?
more aggressive. They would come closer to the house. And we can talk more about this when we get into some of the paranormal aspects of the Bigfoot and Dogman, but there's always that feeling of unease around the Dogman.
Okay, and keep that in mind for you folks. Pin that as well, because this feeling of unease kind of is a similar trait amongst a lot of these cryptids.
Yes. So, surprisingly, the Dogman has been seen multiple times in western Pennsylvania since the 1960s.
Multiple times.
Yes. Now, we don't have as many sightings as Michigan. Michigan is absolutely famous for their Dogman.
capital.
Yes.
I don't know why.
It is. We can talk about that later. I've got a few books on it.
Thank you, Sue.
Yes. But do you know where our hot spot in Pennsylvania actually is for the Dogman?
No,
Mercer County.
that's north of us.
Yes. Yes. So you have to go the other direction for the Mercer County hotspots.
So this really, and we talked about this with Bigfoot, the locations, and you always mention where they were sighted. We talk about those locations, but this seems to be more erratic because there's obviously not as many sightings of the Dogman as there are Bigfoot. But the sightings we have seem to be spread out.
Yes.
Michigan, Mercer County,
Greene County.
Claysville, and Greene County.
Maybe it's because they are spirits and they are appearing and disappearing.
We're
at
talking
random.
portal beings?
They could be portal beings, or maybe they're just like we talked about with in the Ireland series, like the puka. Maybe there's something like that. Like maybe there's something that runs between our world and the next.
A spiritual being, just
Yeah.
in that sense. Okay.
I don't know what they might mean or what they might want, but maybe that's what it is.
All right. So we know that we've seen the documents. So how accurate, or how I could say how much do we believe these reports?
Let's keep going.
Okay.
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 All right. So there have been 2 sightings that were documented of the Dogman in Greene County. 3, depending on what you believe of the personal story that I am going to tell you.
I'm all ears.
Okay. So is the Dogman.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. All right. So one of them was solved. So there's that.
Okay.
That's an interesting story. I mean, I told that story, but that's an interesting story. Okay. So 1987. Again, these stories are not going back that far. Just wait till we get into Bigfoot. Like, we're not going that far back in time. So, in 1987, a doe hunter was hunting along the Washington-Greene County line. Now, just a note, Claysville is in the opposite direction from the Greene County border.
right.
Like, Claysville's over here and Greene County's over
Greene
here.
County's south, Claysville's west.
So, it's not like the Claysville Dogman is just running back and forth
Right. It's a
between the
distance.
two.
It's a distance.
Yeah, he would have to go a little ways.
Unless he has a portal.
He's just going wherever he wants.
So, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the hunter hears a animal in the brush and he looks over. And what he sees is a creature with canine features running upright like a human. He watched it stop, sniff the air, and run off.
No pictures.
No pictures. Other than the 100 Bigfoot Night series, I don't know if there are any pictures of Dogmen.
Yeah, I think that's the issue here with all these sightings is if you spend time going out in the woods with cameras, you might have a shot, but a once in a lifetime sighting, I'm sorry, I don't care how fast you are with your camera. By the time you get it up, draw it, and shoot it, I don't know what type of picture you get, if you get one at all. So I'm not going to let that sway me from the story.
Or you're like the Patterson-Gimlin film, and people spend the next 70 years debating whether or not it's real or not.
Well, that's the problem here, folks. We're not here to debate for the next 100 years whether these are real stories. We are telling you what people saw. And I don't know the folks. You don't know the folks, but...
Well...
I'm all ears.
All right. So there is a much older story. Now we are going back in time to 1930. Okay. There was reports of a dog man in the areas of Mapletown, Carmichaels, and Greensboro.
Central Greene County.
Yep. So the reports say it was a man-like creature crawling on all fours like a dog. Now, this particular report was taken so seriously that the Pennsylvania State Police got involved.
And they investigated.
They investigated, and they went to search for the dog man.
What did they find?
The dog man was actually a partially handicapped young man named Clyde, and they found him on the family homestead. Apparently, some of the sightings came after Clyde was attempting to hang on to an escaped cow, whose name was Billy, and the cow dragged him in a way that he lost most of his clothes, possessions, hat, all of that stuff in trying to hang on to the cow.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the result of the investigation.
Yes. Yes. I mean, it might be another classic government cover-up.
It could be, but still, that's really
Weird.
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 A naked little crippled kid.
Well, he was older. I think he was about 19.
Poor kid. I mean, he must have been terrified when they come looking for him.
Yeah, they found him at the farm, at the family's homestead. He was chopping wood when they found him, and his family vouched for him, said it was him. But it's a very strange story.
So we're believing it was him. Okay. I'm just saying, I mean, sometimes it really wasn't him, but they thought it was him because the circumstances fit.
Solved.
So it's solved.
Yes.
Okay, we'll throw that into the solved category.
Okay, so let's talk about my friend's story.
Personal story here
Yep.
from a friend.
All right, so my friend Lucille told me this story the last time I saw her down in Greene County. And this story, she has lived in Greene County her whole life.
So she's aware of what's happening.
She knows everything that is happening down there. And when we talk about UFOs, I'm going to tell her story of the UFO that she saw as well.
First-hand account.
Yes.
It counts for us.
Yes, she did see the UFO that was in Greene County. So, actual witness to it, prepping for Nights Around the Fire.
Stay tuned.
Yep. Okay, so her brother was driving home through the backwoods of Greene County. And her brother was not a believer in the paranormal in any sense or fashion.
Okay.
So he turns and looks out of his driver's side window, and he sees what he believes to be a German Shepherd standing on its hind legs in the woods.
German Shepherd's not really that big compared to a cryptid, right?
No. So he dismisses it immediately, and he describes what he saw, but then he immediately says, oh, it must have just been a German Shepherd standing on its hind legs.
Okay, usually it's a bear.
This one was a German Shepherd.
So this time it was a German Shepherd. I'm not calling out German Shepherds across the nation because it probably wasn't the German Shepherd, right?
So when Lucy told me this story, I immediately went, that was not a German Shepherd. Your brother saw a Dogman. Absolutely saw a Dogman. What do you think?
Dogman.
Yeah. Dogman? Yeah. All right. Lucy, you heard it here. Your brother saw a Dogman.
Lucy, we're on your side. We're thumbs up Dogman.
Dogman. Absolutely a Dogman.
Well, so he described the features as a Dogman, though.
Yes, and think about it. They talk about the... now, German Shepherds and Dobermans have different ears.
Yeah, they do.
But he talked about, it looked like a German Shepherd. Well, if a dog... dogs have ears, so they all look very similar. So depending on what the lighting was, how fast he was going, it could have just been... Regardless, it had dog ears.
Well, hence the name Dogman.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
A German Shepherd's not going to stand on its legs that long. We both have dogs, and if my dogs go up on their hind legs, they're up for few seconds, and then
Yeah.
they're right back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they'll go back down and get back up.
Yeah.
You know, I agree.
Dogman. It was a
Dogman.
Dogman. Definitely a Dogman.
Folks, what do you think? Comment in the comment section.
Tell us.
Dogman or German Shepherd? We're going to count them up.
Dogman.
Okay, so we had the Dogman. So that sounds, even though he didn't believe what it was, it's credible that it was most likely a Dogman.
As soon as I heard the story, I said, nope, that was a Dogman. It was absolutely a Dogman.
Do the BFRO or those folks investigate Dogmen?
No, they don't. But we're going to segue here into Bigfoot. And some of these are both from the book and from the BFRO.
Okay.
So especially our first one here. At least I think it's our first one. I'm trying to remember how I put these in order. So bear with me. All right. So Bigfoot has been seen all over Greene County as far back as 1969, which we're going to talk about one of those sightings in a minute. And there are so many sightings in Greene County that I put some of the ones from the book in here, some of the ones from the BFRO, and I did not even include all of them. So if you want to read some more, you're going to want to check out this book.
Yeah, check that book out. The name is...
The Haunted Hills and Hollows.
I have that book. Again, I met the author. The other lady who co-authored it with him, I believe, is deceased.
She's
now.
passed away. I will have a physical copy here next week. My copy's being delivered on Saturday.
So when it comes down to it, there's been a lot of studies in Greene County by paranormal groups for decades.
Yes.
And I'll tell you this, that all of them will tell you the same thing. It's crazy what's down there.
Our friend Ken has been down there, and we are putting out some feelers to go down there. It has not been as successful as I was hoping. We did have one person retire, so it's a little harder to get in. But Ken is still doing his magic, so we might still get in down there. And there's still some places that we can visit publicly that we can check out.
Right, and we can film outside the place, or, as long as we have information, which Sue finds.
Which is interesting that you say film outside. If you go to the Visit Greene County page, which we can put a link to in the comments, there is so much paranormal in Greene County. They feature it on their Visit Greene County page.
That should tell you something, friends. This is not just a few people in a room saying, we got ghosts and goblins and Bigfoot and Dogman and Mothman. No, it's the Greene County Business Association saying, we got some stuff here, paranormal stuff,
right?
Big time.
Yeah, and they mentioned Bigfoot too, so there is a lot down there. If you are interested, I'm going to recommend you go check out the Foundry. The Foundry is open on Sundays from 12 to 4. And the Greene County Historical Society, which I don't know when they're open, but they have a very nice website, which I'm sure will tell you.
Visit Greene County.
Yes.
Especially if you want to see some odd things going on.
Yes.
Okay, so Bigfoot. What have we
Bigfoot.
seen? What have we seen in Greene County?
All right, so let's start with our Class A sighting from 1969. Now, this story is both in the book and it was documented from the BFRO, and you will see why this is a Class A sighting momentarily. We are going to Greensboro, PA, which is right along the Monongahela River, right up against the river. And the nearest road was Route 88, which also runs through our area.
Yes.
So main thoroughway through the area. So several teenagers were doing what teenagers do in the summer, and they had found a way to sneak into the local public pool. And they would go in through like a hole in the fence. And the caretaker for the pool lived on the grounds, so they had a plan in place if the caretaker showed up. Okay. So one night they're there at the pool and they're doing their thing, and it was about 9:30. So it was pretty dark even for summer. And they look out and they see headlights coming towards the pool. Caretaker. So the witness sounds the caretaker alarm and says, everybody get out of here. Caretaker's coming. So the witness to our story runs through the hole in the fence, and he is running through the woods, following the railroad tracks that run along the river, because the railroad tracks are the easiest thing to follow in the dark.
True.
Okay.
Take it from me.
As a person who used to break into public pools and run through fences.
Well, a lot of things that we won't say here. although the statute of limitations is probably up.
Probably, yeah.
So he's running along the railroad tracks.
Yes, so he glances back to see if his friends are running behind him. And as he glances back, he runs into something. Yeah.
What can go wrong here?
Glad you asked, because I'm going to tell you. So he falls backwards onto the ground, and he looks to see what he ran into. What he sees in front of him is a man-like creature. It looks to be about 8 feet tall, and it was covered in hair. He also reported that it had an unforgettable smell. So the kid picks himself up, and he turns and he runs the other direction.
Back down the tracks.
Yeah, and he yells at his friends, like, don't go that way, there's something back there. And he did say in his BFRO report that the lights from the public park and the lights from the local houses, this area was not like pitch black. He doesn't remember if the moon was out that night.
There was enough ambient light to see.
So he could see, and his friends told him, oh, you ran into a tree or something like that. And he was like, no, I didn't run into a tree. And he said to this day, his friends and his brother still laugh at him. And he stands by what he saw. He says he ran into a Bigfoot
So he
that
took
night.
heat, but he stayed with the story.
Yep, he stuck to it.
I bet when he ran into that Bigfoot, it didn't move, huh?
No, the Bigfoot was probably like, excuse you.
Yeah, what is this, young man? Were you back stealing stuff in that there park?
Yeah, he did say that after that experience, the night at the pool broke up.
I bet it did.
Yeah, and everybody went home because they had kind of lost their enthusiasm
That's
for
a TN
skinny dipping that night.
That's a terrific movie title, Night at the Pool.
Yeah.
You know?
Night of the Sasquatch, Night at the Pool.
Night at the Pool. Oh, okay.
Or Night at the Pool, Attack of the Sasquatch.
Wow. So, okay, we know it is a solid A sighting.
That is definitely a Class
The
A sighting.
BFRO.
They not only saw it, he touched it.
He smelled and touched it.
Yeah, so you've got checks every box. Yep.
Okay, what's next?
All right. So in the 1970s, there were a lot of Bigfoot sightings in the area. And the author of this book writes about how he and his friends would go Sasquatch hunting on the backwoods of Greene County.
Everything's a backwoods in Greene County.
Yes, it is. And so they're specifically looking for a creature that they called red eyes.
We've talked about different eye shades on other videos. Check them out.
Pin that. We're gonna get back into that in just a few minutes here. So at this time, there were a large number of UFO sightings in the area, which is true. Like in the late 60s, 70s, there were a lot of UFOs sightings in that area. And so they mostly searched through the Jefferson and the Carmichaels area, but they never saw anything suspicious. And they graduated in 74, so it kind of fell off after that.
For a season.
Yes. So let's go forward 1 year to 1975. 1975, a hunter realizes he's being watched by a dark, muscular humanoid creature that was about 8 feet tall, and he later reported seeing that it left large footprints.
Well, I wonder what that could be.
Yeah.
So he was 8 foot tall and he left footprints.
Yep.
And he reported this to the BFRO?
No, he did not report this to the BFRO. This one's from the book.
Okay.
So the next one is from the BFRO. It doesn't have a ton of detail other than some kids were playing outside in 1983, and they saw a large hairy creature in the Jefferson area of Greene County.
And that was investigated then by the BFRO.
Yes, BFRO documented that one.
That's a B sighting?
No, they said that was a Class A because they actually saw it.
That's right. They saw Class A.
Class A is seen. Class B is heard, and Class C is like a side of the road, I believe. Like, caught a glimpse of it, but couldn't really tell what it was.
Okay. So we've had quite a few Bigfoot sightings.
But wait, there's more.
Hold on to your hats.
All right. So 1987, a man and his son hear vocalizations in the state game lands in Jackson Township. They shine their flashlights in the direction, and they were met with
Bigfoot.
a pair of red-orange eyes.
Orange?
Yep, the eyes were attached to a creature that was covered with reddish-brown hair and had no nose or neck and was at least 6 feet off the ground.
So we're considering this A Bigfoot, just different color eyes.
Yes.
Cool.
And I mean, we've seen the glowing red eyes before. Maybe it was just because of the way the light hit it that they had the orange cast this time.
Absolutely, yeah. We can't really use that as a disclaimer because obviously the night does odd things to eyes.
It does. So now let's go to 2004.
Okay.
2004, an individual was walking near Nemacolin in Cumberland Township, saw an 8-foot creature that was estimated to weigh about 400 pounds and was accompanied by a foul odor. A couple who lived near the Greene County Memorial Hospital in Franklin Township came home to find a 6-foot tall creature in their fenced-in garden. They said it was covered with hair and looked like a large chimpanzee.
It was stealing food out of the garden.
Yeah, they said it didn't pay them a whole lot of attention. It, looked at them and then it went back to the vegetables it was stealing.
It just seems like these creatures don't give us a lot of attention.
No, I don't think they care that much.
When you're that big, what are you going to do? Hey, get out of there. Like we said before, you don't want to be launched and end up in Cleveland, Ohio.
If Bigfoot has a middle finger, he's going to give it to you there.
Or all 5 of them.
Yeah.
So, okay, it's another one. Wow, there's a lot of sightings here.
Now we're up to 2007, 2008.
Okay.
So there is another batch of sightings near Clarksville, 2 within 10 days of each other, which for our Bigfoot Ohio video, we are considering a flap.
A flap.
A group of boys saw a large creature that was covered in brownish red hair and had a bad smell. It was also howling.
Thank you, Zoe.
Yes, Zoe added to that. 2 men also reported seeing a hair-covered creature that smelled bad and was howling. And the following March, another individual saw the same type of creature.
And they were howling.
Yes.
Listen to that howl right now.
Yes.
Yeah, this is definitely a distinct voice vocalization.
Mm-hmm. So as you can see, they just keep going up until recently. We're going to end with I have 2 more stories to tell. One is from the 40s, and another interesting one comes from 2015.
I'm listening.
Okay. So we're going to talk about the Night Howlers and the Dark Walker, which are stories in this book, but I believe they fall into the Bigfoot category. If I had to classify them, I would put them there. And so that is why I am including them, because I feel like they are just further Bigfoot sightings.
Okay.
So a man named Regis lived along the Mason-Dixon line that separates Greene County from Monongalia County. Not Monongahela, Monongalia. 2 different words.
2 different words.
He had a friend that... He told a friend that the Night Howlers visited him. They would approach the house and they would scream with loud howls, screeches, and wails. Sounds like a Bigfoot to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder why they did that.
Maybe he was just living on their land and they were just accustomed to being out here.
Maybe.
Now, this is the story. The next one is the story of the Dark Walker. And this one, remember what we talked about with the Native American spirits. Okay. So another man named John grew up near Aleppo, thank you, in 1946 to 47. John and his mother lived with his grandfather, who was a blacksmith, and they lived on a farm in the rural part of the area. So the family would hear howls that were at night that were coming from the nearby woods. His grandfather was never seriously worried about these howls. Until the spring of 1947, John and his grandfather saw an ape-like creature standing at the edge of the woods.
Sounds
Bigfoot.
like a Bigfoot, yeah.
Mm-hmm. His grandfather, again, doesn't seem to care. John told his mother, and his mother did care, and wanted to know what her son saw, so she asks her dad, what did the kids see? His grandfather says, well, little John saw the Dark Walker.
This was his name for it.
Yes. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The grandfather said the Native Americans had encountered these types of creatures and called them the stone spirits. The Native Americans considered them evil and would be seen as someone who was by someone who was going to die, or it would be seen as a harbinger of death, which the grandfather agreed with because he said his wife died shortly after a visit from the creature one time.
So then they're saying these are spiritual creatures
Yes.
that bring bad news, bad omens.
Tied back to Native American times.
Tied back to Native American times.
Yes, and with Greene County's rich Native American history, I believe that a lot of these Bigfoot sightings are going through.
It sounds, again, similar to other Native American stories throughout the Midwest.
Yes, it does.
And even up through the Northwest in Canada.
Yes. Yes. So I believe that a lot of the Bigfoot history in Greene County is Native American associated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's find out what happened to John
Okay.
and the Dark Walker. Okay. So time goes on like it does, and the Howls are getting closer to the house. One night, John and his grandfather are sitting on the porch, and the grandfather starts paying attention to the barn. He then tells John to go and get his handgun. Grandpa was an early founder of Mountain Monsters.
Okay. Yeah, he was a founding member.
Yeah. So Grandpa tells John and his mom to stay in the house, and Grandpa goes out to the barn. Moments later, they hear gunshots and screams coming from the barn. Grandpa comes out and gets struck. Grandpa again tells them to stay in the house. They see Grandpa's truck drive by with a tarp covering something. Next morning, everybody gets up. Grandpa says he killed the Dark Walker, and they're not talking about this anymore. It's over. It's done with. We're not talking about this anymore. John says that they never heard from the Dark Walker ever again.
So it went quiet after that.
Yep.
So he killed the Dark Walker.
Yeah, he's lucky that he didn't make it mad and send a whole bunch of other ones after him.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. I've never heard anybody actually successfully shoot and kill a Bigfoot.
No, and I mean, I guess this was from the 40s, so I guess there could be a lot more of these rural communities.
Everybody had guns and...
Yeah, and nobody documented it. Like, oh, killed a weird-looking creature out there last night.
I mean, if you go out, it was like The Silver Bullet, the movie with Stephen King's book, and they had attacks from the woods, and the whole town went out with bats and guns and things. Of course, in that case, they all got killed.
I need to read that one.
Very good book. Recommend it. Recommend the movie. Actually, not a bad movie. Silver Bullet. It's an older movie. Anyway, things can go wrong if you want to use a gun against creatures you don't understand. But obviously, in this case, it worked out for Grandpa.
Yeah, and nobody died other than the Bigfoot.
Yeah, Dark Walker.
Yeah. So we have talked about stories all the way from the 30s, and we're going to end in 2015.
Okay.
Okay. So in 2015, the co-author of this book, Rosemary, who has since passed away, was staying at a motel along Route 21. So Route 21, if you get off of 79 and you can go right into Waynesburg, or left will take you out to Carmichael's, the Greene County Airport is...
It's right on the left.
Yeah, if you make that left, it's like right here. I'm gesturing off camera, and that's not helping anybody. So it's like right there. And there are motels right there. She was staying at one of those motels. At the same time the author was there was a Bigfoot sighting of Bigfoot walking along the I-79 interchange, which is right down from there.
It's right off the exit where this would have been seen.
Yeah. There's a big Sheets there now, so maybe Bigfoot was looking for a Sheets.
He got a Sheets card. I heard he, like me, enjoys Sheets.
Yeah, sometimes he gets hungry.
So, wow. Okay, so this was the author that was there at that time.
Co-author, yeah, one of the authors of the Haunted Hills and Hollows.
So we've went through a lot of different sightings here, Sue.
Yeah, yeah.
And it seems to me that the more we talk about Bigfoot, the more we actually prove our point that although there's a lot of sightings that can't be a sighting by the BFRO or B, there's still enough sightings out there, a lot of sightings, kind of making us believe that, yes, this creature exists, and it is a cryptid, what we call cryptid, and that we still don't know a lot about it. We don't know why these things came up to scream at this guy's house. And obviously, they're all might have their own personalities.
Yeah.
Some might be angrier than others, but we do believe they exist.
Yeah. Well, and I think this one is particularly interesting because, as I have talked about before, I believe that Bigfoot is a living, breathing creature. But Greene County makes me go, huh, maybe I'm wrong. Because it could be a living, breathing creature. There's enough areas down there, and with the mountains of West Virginia right below it,
right, butting up against it.
plenty of places for a Bigfoot to hide. But with the Native American spirits and everything else that's going on, there could definitely be spirit.
Sue makes a good point because, and I think it's like Sonoma, California. If you think about Sonoma, those of you that don't know much about Sonoma, California, people that are into paranormal, mysticism, you name it, they pretty much migrate there because there's something with the area that's, and it might be the quartz in the ground. It could be a lot of different things, but it's a special area. Everybody knows it. Skinwalker Ranch. There's something special about it. No matter who wants to ignore it or disagree with it, researchers have been going there for decades, and there is something different, something special there. And I think that's the case with Greene County.
Yeah, I think there is as well. I think it is very old, very rich history. And I think there is so much. We haven't even scratched the surface yet. Like, we've just gone through the cryptids. And again, like, read this book. We'll put a picture of the cover up on the screen. Read this book because you will find that there is so much that I have left out.
Right. This topic is as wide as it is deep. And Greene County is always been a fascination to me. I mentioned I worked there for a while, and I can tell you that there's some odd stuff there, and there's a feeling to it. And I've told you about that even in my hometown, but there it's multiplied 1,000 times.
So I can tell you, I adopted 2 cats from a rescue down in Greene County. Still have them. And we drove down to get them in a place that had 0 cell service. It was not on Google Maps. You had to kind of take a guess at where you were going down there. The river was literally, like, the town was right here, and the river was literally right behind it. It was October. It got dark early. It was raining. We drove past a cemetery. We didn't have cell service for half of it. I remember we got back onto one main road and my phone finally started blowing up with messages because we finally got back into cell service. And tea and binks were worth it, but man, it was the creepiest experience that I have had.
As I always say, what could go wrong?
In that case, nothing did, but
right.
Yeah, it was definitely... It was one of those nights, like, I remember driving past the cemetery in the rain and the gloom, and I was like, oh, what are we doing? Like, this is how we disappear forever.
Right, and I had that same feeling in Greene County delivering something many years ago, many years ago, and I was with my buddy Doc, and we weren't shy about mixing it up if we had to, but we felt that we could disappear down there and no one would come looking for us.
Yeah.
No cell service, nothing. So, Greene County, I hope you enjoyed this episode, friends. Please let us know what you think in the comment. Let us know if you're excited to hear more from Sue about Greene County. We will be going down there on a few occasions. If you have a question for us, you want to pose to Sue or even to Ashley, we have an email account. I'm going to paste it here. strangeworlds777@yahoo.com. Right there. In a nice flowy slime. Also, if you enjoy this content,
Squatch that like button.
We need the like button squatched. Subscribe and share the video. Our total goal is 125 subscribers by the end of April. That's cutting it close.
Let's say the end of May. Let's go for 110 right now. We only need 4 more to hit 110.
Well, okay, so if we get 125, it's double balloons. Mm-hmm. So anyway, subscribe. Help us out. Come back and watch. Anything else, Sue?
No, stay tuned for next week when we start talking about UFOs.
Listen, one of my other favorite topics, UFOs, and we'll be delving into that with Greene County. A lot of stuff happened there. Beyond all that, thank you for watching us. And again, we're Canonsburg's #1 paranormal podcast, Nights Around the Fire. See you next time.
Bye, guys.